Hi. I was spending a little time this afternoon reviewing some of the materials from the coaching course that constituted my formal training that I took in an executive education program at George Mason University. It was leadership coaching for organizational well-being. And I recognize that here as I speak, we are going through an incredibly difficult time for many people. It's a time for our country and indeed worldwide that really we haven't seen anything like this. I mean, I heard somebody tell me the other day that it was like taking the Spanish influenza from 1918, the depression of 1929, and the social unrest of 1968, pulling it all together, and that's where we are here in 2020. And yet I'm wearing my Life is Good shirt. And I got to tell you, I have hope, I have energy, and I am resilient. And a lot of that came from my program, my training in coaching at George Mason. I want to take a few minutes here just to share with you some examples of where I was at this snapshot in time, this kind of unscripted discussion with you. One of the things I was looking at was my VIA strengths. Boy, I don't think you can see that, but VIA is the Institute on Character. And I looked at this and I discovered in this course that my top three strengths, actually my top four character strengths, are curiosity, honesty, love, and hope. And while that didn't come as a surprise to me, it helps me understand how I could put some things in perspective. Another thing that another tool we used was the Clifton Strengths Finder, and I looked at some of the cards that they gave us, which again, I don't think you can see here very well, but my top three Clifton strengths are input, that is, I am exceptionally talented with a craving to know more. And if you look at my bio, and you'll see I've been doing and interested in a lot of things throughout my life. Learner is another strength. Someone who has a great desire to learn and want to continue learning, continuously improve. And connectedness. Boy, this is one that I really feel an attachment to. I sense that kind of like that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, that one of the natural knacks I have is for us to connect very quickly and around those things that we have in common. I was also looking at some of the books. Now, I'm not going to read all the books here, but here's a partial stack of things that we looked at while we were in the course: Coactive Coaching, Resilience, to name just a couple of them. Fascinating stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I'm just sharing that for the main reason that I want you to know how powerful coaching can be and how it was for me. The quick story I want to tell you is the very first session that we had, the first module of 5 over this 5-month period. I was in a session with another guy who was also going through with me. Both of us kind of a couple of clowns trying to figure our way how this coaching thing worked. And he was coaching me, and I had to come up with a problem. I didn't think I had any problems, and so I had to make one up. And you know, what are those problems that we all have? Work-life balance. Too many things that interest us, too many things going on. Every high performer has those kind of issues. And so I said, okay, well, I'll use that one. Coach me on that. And we kind of looked at each other for a while, and he was asking me some kind of innocuous questions. And then all of a sudden he asked the powerful question. He said, well, tell me something, Dave, what would your wife have you do? And I nearly came out of the chair. I mean, I really did. And when I started unloading and unfolding all the things that I thought were going on from her perspective, thought, and you got to know, I love my wife, and I really, really do. My wife and family, so important to me. And when I put myself in her shoes and in the context of our future together, it brought such clarity to where I wanted to go. And frankly, that's what led me to start this coaching practice. And so I share that. I went home that weekend, and we had some good conversations, and immediately I made some pretty drastic positive changes in my lifestyle. And again, I only want to share that to say this is the personal value that I have derived from coaching, and why I know it can be so valuable and beneficial. I go back to that metaphor about climbing summits. And this was another summit for me to climb, starting my own practice, the Summit Business. Again, I'd love to help you with this. So give me a call and let's explore your next summit together.